life anymore. I had to wake you niggas up, I couldn't wait anymore. Got so much shit on my mind, couldn't think anymore. I swear when this album drop, they gon' hate me some more. You gon' see red everywhere, like a steak when it's raw. Fuck around and call me M.A. Shakur. I'ma take them to war. Top of the hill, that's me waving that sword. Couldn't wait to be on.
Hey gods and goddesses, it's your girl back with another video. So I know, look, I'm playing with my hair already. Okay, so I know I just did a video, but I really want to talk to you guys about this. And I don't have my tripod with me right now, so I'm just going to hold up the camera and go ahead and just record. So this video is just going to be a really quick video. It's about investing in your future and investing in your goals. There are several different goals that I have in mind. Every year I make a financial goal for myself, and I actually do exceed it every year. You know, I make a financial goal for myself and I do what I can to make that goal or go beyond that goal. And I usually make that goal within like the first 6 months or less of that year. So it's, you know, pretty cool that, you know, I've done that. The thing about it is, what I've learned is I actually met a woman, and she has a like her economic background is much more vast than mine. Like, she makes way more money than me. And so when I didn't know that initially, I just thought she was beautiful. And when we started talking about finances and things like that, and because I'm a goal-oriented person, so I tend to try to check to see if the people in my circle are the same. If you are not the same, or you don't have a lot of goals that you strive to achieve, I tend to not gel with you, because those are the people that they kind of get on my nerves. Even though I have a very cavalier, roll with the punches type of personality, one of the things that like is a pet peeve for me is a person who doesn't have goals, or who isn't goal oriented, you know, who doesn't strive to do better or have better. And whatever your goals are, that is your goals, but at least you have goals. And I don't expect people to have the same type of goals as me, or make the same type of money, or even better, but I just want people to have something they are trying to achieve, because it adds something to your character, and that's something that I can relate to, and also something that, you know, I admire, and something that just naturally I gel with people like that. So I met this woman. She and I were talking about finances, and I had mentioned a goal that I had, and she immediately was like, oh, I know who I can like link you with, this person or with this thing, and you can be able to, you know, achieve your goal by way of this connection. You know, that, you know, and she just gave me the information just off the bat, barely knew me, gave me that information. And immediately to me, I was just like, wow, like, how cool is that? And so I think that was the initial, like, I already thought she was beautiful. We were talking, you know, in that manner anyway. But that was an attraction for me, because I want to have someone that I can build with. And in my past, I've always found myself investing in people who never invested in me. And that was a big thing. Or I would stop what I'm doing to invest in them. And that's just me by nature. I see that you have a goal. I do everything I can to invest in it, or provide you something to help you get to that next step, whether you ask me or not. You know, and sometimes I'll do it and people don't even know that I've done it, but I may have talked to someone on their behalf and assisted them to reach the next level, and they don't even realize it. So that was the first time that it happened to me. And I was like, wow, I really appreciate that. So, of course, I'm going to definitely take the information she has provided, and I'm going to use it to my benefit, because that's what it's for. And we just kind of talked about how you know, our goals are and things like that. And one thing I learned about her is that, what the hell is that? Anyway, she has, like, her finances are much more greater than mine, which I didn't know that initially, but I should have paid more attention. But yeah, so her finances, she makes more money than me, and I make pretty good money, but I also work in the public sector, and we know how that goes. So, she was talking about how she and I literally went down the same path as far as academically, for our degrees. We even went to the same college, which is crazy. We obviously did not know each other, before this. We met online. So turns out she went to the same college as me and all that type of other stuff. And we went down the same path, and she even went to the law school that I was talking to her about and stuff like that. Like, it was just crazy. Like, we went down the same path, but she kind of made a different, she kind of veered off and made a different path for herself. She said, I want to make this amount of money. I want to have this type of lifestyle. And she chose to, even though it went outside of the career path that I'm on right now, which was the same career path she would have been on if she would have stayed there. She created her own, and she achieved a certain lifestyle. And I absolutely was like, oh my God, like the amount that she was making and what she was doing to make, this money. And it was legitimate, legal ways, obviously, to make this money, because I wouldn't fool with nothing else. And she was just telling me, like, I told her about this article that I read, and she was like, oh, that's common knowledge. I thought everybody knew that. Well, for me, I didn't know that until I read the article. But I was telling her about the article that she already knew about, which was you need to have at least 7 streams of income. The most successful people have 7 streams of income. Well, financially successful people. They don't put all their eggs in one basket. And you have to think about it. That's very true. People don't just, like rappers don't just make music. They have water. They have shoe deals. They have restaurants. They own title. Things like that. So I was like, wow, that's true, And I had told her, like, I was planning on, getting into these different markets for myself, so that way I can have these multiple streams of income. I've always had 1 or 2 jobs. Actually, most of the time I've had 2 jobs. I think only one period in my life where I only had 1 job, but then I end up like starting an at-home business or something like that. And so I've always had 2. And so I was like, I need to multiply that. I need to have more than 2 jobs. And I don't want to always have to work multiple jobs, because last year I had 3 jobs and still went to school full time and still had to take care of my household. So I said to myself, I don't want to have to work these jobs, but I still want these multiple streams of income. So I've found a way to be able to do that. And she's actually, just her words and of wisdom and how she just does herself and her own finances, I thought was amazing. Now I'm going to make a video on what I'm going to be doing soon, but I want to leave you with this. And this is what I adopted. She was telling me about how she does money, and I thought this was brilliant. She takes 50% of her income, and that goes to bills. 30%, that goes to savings. 20% goes to you. That's your money, right? Your money. Okay, so the thing about that is the least amount of money belongs to you to blow and spend and do whatever you want, right? The 20%. The 30%, of course, being your savings and, just in case money. You don't touch that shit. But the 50% that goes to bills, well, 50% of your income shouldn't be your bills. But it made sense to me because it's how I interpret it. I like to pay my bills ahead of time. Not last month, but the month before last, I paid my bills all the way through all the way through May. So my bills have been paid for the past 2 months, and my bills are paid for next month. Because I like to pay my bills ahead of time. And that's what that means when you have that 50% going towards your bills. Because when there's a drop in income or some things popped up like it did for me, my bills are paid and I didn't have to worry about it. I didn't have to sweat it. So I thought that was pretty amazing because I've already done the whole pay my bills ahead of time. And so when she said that, I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. 50% to bills, 30% to saving, 20% to you. But here's the thing. If you want more money to spend, that more money in that 20%, that means you're going to have to go hustle harder to make that 20% bigger. It's still going to be 20%, but it's going to be a much bigger dollar amount if you hustle harder to increase that, dollar amount for that 20%. But the thing is, you doing that will also increase that 50% for your bills and your 30% for your savings. So you're benefiting everything else first still in order to get that 20% a bigger dollar amount. And I thought that was freaking genius. I loved it. Before then, I just would pay my bills. And then when I got extra money or, just here and there, I would pay them ahead of time. I usually pay them ahead of time because I'll have like an extra check in between. Then I'll pay like 3 or 4 months ahead of time or something like that. Or, like I'll figure out a way, like I had lowered my Comcast bill because I paid $250 freaking bucks for cable. And I was like, what the hell? And I don't even be at home to watch TV. And I switched to the Amazon Fire Stick. And I don't have to pay that. So I was like, money going, to other bills and to savings and things like that. I went to call my Sprint, Sprint company to see if I could lower that. And I went and did that. Like just different things like that. So I thought that was pretty amazing. The 50, 30, 20. I think everyone else should think about trying it. I never really sat down and did percentages like that. I would just pay my bills, and then the leftover money, I would try not to spend that much. I'm pretty frugal when it comes to spending money on myself. I have this really bad phobia with that, but I have to tell you guys, it's another story time on the shit that goes on with me regarding that. When it comes to spending for other people, i.e. niños, I don't hold back, but that's how I kind of did things. So I don't know why when I do videos, I always like scratch my nose. That's so weird. Now you guys are going to be watching that. Anyway, so I figured I would get on, share that information with you guys. I'm going to go and do some shit. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.
Anymore. I had to wake you niggas up, I couldn't wait anymore. Got so much shit on my mind, couldn't think anymore. I swear when this album drop, they gon' hate me some more. You gon' see red everywhere, like a steak when it's raw. Fuck around and call me M.A. Shakur.